Hi, I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style.
And I'm Jill Chivers from Shop Your Wardrobe. We've been asked to do a really interesting video, I think, on how you can make your basic styles more creative. And I think that's really fascinating because I think there are a lot of women who their foundation look is fairly classic, is fairly basic, but they don't want to be limited by that. They want to be able to branch out in their own way and add creativity in their own terms to their outfits and change things up. We all have a need for novelty and variety. So how do you do it?
And I think particularly if, say, you have a limited wardrobe where you have a smaller wardrobe, you have more of a capsule, then you're going to want more plain pieces, more supporting acts.
Yeah.
And you're going to create the heroes with your accessories.
Yeah.
Rather than if you have something that you can really only wear in one way, then it's actually more limiting. So
or it's so bold that every time you wear it, people know you're wearing it.
So I thought I'd just put on a really plain t-shirt. So this is a very plain outfit. And often it's, it might be my t-shirt and jeans, or it could be my, work pants and a top.
Yeah.
And they're plain and they're not very exciting. And they might feel, it's a little bit dull. I think the way is with accessories.
Absolutely. And go into almost any city centre and you'll see your fair share of women wearing the ubiquitous black dress pant and some version of the white dress shirt, and you can look like you're about to ask for somebody's table order.
Yeah.
So how do you change up something like that? And those pieces can be lovely.
Yes.
It really depends on how you change them up. So the accessories we've started with today, and this top is so gorgeous in real life. It looks beautiful on video, but you should see it in real life. So you've got a few things on that are adding that sense of creativity.
So I've added a little bracelet,
yes,
in a bit of colour, and you've
added two actually,
yes.
And both of them are coloured and they have a different pattern on them, but they coordinate.
Yes, and then I've got a necklace. It's got a couple of colours. It's a bit more subtle. It's more toned in with the top.
Yes,
but there's a bit of it adds a layer of texture in a way.
It does, and it's metallic, and it's got some of these clear sort of crystalline style beads. It's quite an interesting piece.
Yes. So then this could be one look, but then of course it depends on what we're doing and how we want to kind of communicate. So I could actually find something, maybe I want more casual, so it's with my jeans. That's a little bit more dressy. It's a bit more casual with my jeans. So again, it's a similar coloured necklace, but it's adding a layer of texture. I would say sometimes when you're wearing tone on tone, often it's texture that you're adding rather than different colours. So if you're more monochromatic in your colour schemes, this is a better way to choose the same colour. There's something like that. Or if I want to make it more formal, say I've got something more plain, I want to make more formal, I can add something with this level of sheen or refinement in the way pearls does, that really kind of, it blings it up, it glams it up.
It does, and adds a touch of drama, these layers of pearls.
So it adds a bit more interest and detail, and it now, notice it's more contrast as well.
Absolutely.
So what I've done is added a layer of contrast. It's still a medium value contrast. It's a neutral colour, but it's really changed the feeling of what I'm wearing.
And with that lipstick and your teeth, there's just something about it that's just
repeating.
We just are drawn to your face.
It's repeating elements of me. And then of course, we're not limited to necklaces, of course. There are other things we want to think about. So of course we can, and if I can get this undone, I always love it when there you go. So easy doing this. So just going to grab this. So here we can add a layer of scarf. Now this one, again, back to the more monochromatic scheme. But it's got a crinkly texture. It's adding it's quite a fine silk sort of scarf, but it's it's adding some interest and detail. It's also, of course, portrait area, which I love, as you know.
And there's something about scarves I find that add a softer element than what necklaces do.
There's not the sheen usually in the same way, and your different fabrics. So a silk, like a traditional sort of silk scarf, is much more refined. It's less casual than something, say, made of cotton or made of wool. Or each sort of fabric will, of course, change the way that scarf feels. So that's monochromatic. We can go adding back again a bit like thing. We can add a neutral and a really bolder pattern here with this animal print. So that's a different look again. It really changes how the whole outfit feels very quickly and easily. I'm doing one little thing at a time. Or I can add something that is in, like, there's tiny elements. If you look at this scarf up close, which you probably can't see, there's tiny elements of the pink I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So when I add this, it really gives me higher colour contrast.
And pops your eyes.
And yeah, it pops my eyes. And it, adds a real layer of interest and detail.
Yeah.
So it's like thinking about different colours, like do I want a different colour? Because the different colour will really pop.
Yeah.
Do I want to add a neutral? Do I want to up or lower, my value contrast?
Yes.
Do I want to change the level of refinement? Do I want to add pearls or sparkly? Or do I want to add wood or, resin or something that will lower that value contrast? And I think there's so many ways that you can play. And you can layer up, like Jill's got layered necklaces.
Yeah.
Different layers, different earrings, bracelets, belts, all these things, different shoes, you can't see our feet, coloured handbags, interesting handbags.
That was another thing too. Coloured shoes and coloured handbags, I think, are two of the easiest, quickest and funnest ways to add creativity to basic styles. Instead of having your neutral handbag, buy one in a colour that you love. And if your thought is it won't go with everything, if you pick a colour you love that has a theme somewhere in your wardrobe, it will go with everything. I remember a girlfriend saying she was about to buy some ballet flats off on a holiday with the family, was going to buy the black ones, and red was a colour that just looked great. She always wore red lipstick, quite a lot of red in her wardrobe, and I suggested to her that she would have more enjoyment out of the red shoes, and she bought them and came back and said she wore them with everything. There wasn't a single day when she wished she'd had the black pair. They acted almost like a neutral in a way, but they added this pop and this interest. So think about handbags and shoes as well, and the neutrals will often take you to Boringsville, whereas a colour can really add some vibrancy, interest and creativity.
And I think particularly with things like belts, if you're a natural belt wearer and you like belts, stay away from most of the neutrals and look for coloured belts. Look for that, it just breaks up your body and it adds interest and detail in a way. And I always think too, it's like, do think about bracelets.
Yeah.
Do think about, Jill's got a fabulous, turquoise bracelet on.
Yes.
And it just reads, it's tying the turquoise together.
Yeah.
It relates the things back to each other, and it just gives you, when you look at, like when Jill stepped out the other day and she was wearing bracelets and a gorgeous, and I was looking at it, and fabulous leopard shoes, and it was just like, what a vision of beauty.
Oh, thank you. Makes a girl feel like there might be a chance.
And there's even of course, rings. Like think about, here's a fun little foxy ring, and then here we have a little leopard ring. So. It doesn't have to be big. Sometimes it's, especially if you're more subtle, sometimes it's adding multiple small details rather than one large thing.
Yeah, yeah. And it will increase your enjoyment of your outfit. And for anybody who is appreciating style, I'm sure they'll appreciate the fact that you've added those elements of creativity. And remember, you have fun in your way. My version of creativity doesn't have to be yours. You get to define this for yourself. And that's what makes it so terrific.
So, have fun and do share how you are finding adding those interests, those bits of detail to make what could be a basic, dull, supporting act outfit fun, interesting and expressive of your personality.